Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to another video, and welcome back to the Tower Defense tutorial series. Sorry for the gap between this episode and last episode, but let's get right into it. So, as you saw on the title, we are going to be making the tower placement system, because right now, the towers do work, but we can only place them through the editor, and they will only work if we place them through the editor. So, as you can see, this tower is in the completely wrong spot. And it does work, so when an enemy spawns, it will work, but we cannot place them anywhere inside the game. So to get started with that, you want to go into your scripts folder. You want to right click, go to create a new C# script, and name this placement manager, and this will dictate this will be the script that will control the placing. So we're just going to maybe open that. There we go, open it up. And what we're going to do is we're just going to make our first reference, which is going to be public game object, basic tower object. And then we're going, so that's going to be our tower object that we're going to place. And then we're going to have a private game object, name it W placement. So after now that we have that, what we're going to do is we're going to get public vector 2. We're going to do get mouse position. That's going to get our mouse position on in world space. So what we're going to do, because we need to be able to we need to be able to know which path tile we are currently hovering over, and we can't really do that right now since we don't know the mouse position. So what we're going to do is we are just going to get the mouse position through this function. And that can simply be done by. So what we're going to do is, on this we're going to need a camera reference. So public camera cam. And then what we can do is return. Make sure to put your semicolon for the name of it. Return cam dot screen to world point, and then the screen world point is going to be input dot mouse position. And we're just going to do a test, and we're just going to debug.log get mouse position. Make sure to put parentheses. Go back up to here, click the play button. And we need to actually create the game object, so hold on. Go into your hierarchy, press create empty, and then name this placement manager. And then we're going to just drag our placement manager script onto here, like so. Make sure to drag in your main camera object into there, and we can just leave the basic tower object blank for now. But now we are going to get a printed readout of our mouse position in space, which is very, very cool. Now the next thing we need to do is get a public game object current map tile, or no, current hover tile. And for now, we can just return null. Instead of returning null, we're going to do game object hover tile. And we're also going to have a private game object hover tile up here. Get rid of this. And then there's a void. So sorry for that. Sorry for the changes. So what we did was we added a variable called game object hover tile, and then we're going to add a void, name it public void get current hover tile, and that will just change this hover tile variable up here. And that is all for now. Now what we need to do is we need to use our mouse position to send out a ray that will then detect the map tile that is under it. So first thing we need to do is we actually need to add a collider to the map tile. So go into prefabs, go to map tile, and then just click add component right here, and then do block clear 2D, and set it as an is trigger. And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back into our script, and then we are going to send out a 2D ray. Alright, so the first thing we need to do is we need to get our mouse position. So vector2 mouse position equals get mouse position. That will return our mouse position in world space. And then what we want to do is you want to create a raycast, which we could just do raycast, or yeah, no, raycast, hit 2D, hit, and then, whoopsie daisies, if physics 2D dot raycast, and we can, vector to origin will be the mouse position, our direction will be vector 2 dot down. Actually, no, we can just do vector 2 dot 0, 0. You do new. And then we need to put in a distance, which we can just do 0.1f. And then our layer mask will be, so what we have to do is then we have to create a public layer mask, and then we're going to go down to here into this function, and then just do our layer mask is going to be our mask. And then we need, why is this asking for distance right now? What the hell? Oh yeah, float min depth. So min depth will only include objects that are greater than this value, so we're just going to do negative 100. And then for our max depth, it's going to be 100. And then open that up. Whoops. I'm used to normal raycast. We just need to copy that into there. And then we do hit.collider is not equal to null. So sorry for that. We want to do raycast hit 2D hit equals physics 2D dot raycast mouse position, all that code. And then in our if statement, we just want to do if hit.collider is not equal to null, then we will check. So the next thing we need to check for is if this if the map tile that we are currently on is part of one of the map tiles, and it's not part of the path tiles, because we don't be able to place a tower on a map tile. That would not be good. So what we're going to do is we're just going to first check if it's part of map tiles table, which we could simply do as if map generator dot map tiles dot contains, and then we're just gonna chuck in hit.collider dot game object, and then if map generator, if not map generator dot map tile or path tiles dot contains hit dot collider dot game object. So detected is a, and then so now that that's all done, we can just set our hover tile variable equal to hit.collider.hit.collider.gameObject. And that is our get current hover tile script. Next thing we want to do is you want to start build. We want to add a variable and name this public bool is building. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create two functions called public void start building, public void end building, So in the start building function, we're going to set is building equal to true. And then we're going to do is building equal to false. Now, as you will remember, we made this private game object dummy placement variable. That's going to be used to give a dummy object to show where we're going to be placing and what object we are going to be placing. So in our start building function, we need to create that object. And what we're just going to do is we're just going to instantiate the basic tower object for now, but later on, when we add tower variety, this will change. But that's for later episodes. So first thing we need to do is we need to create, we need to do dummy placement equals instantiate basic tower object. Basic tower object. Need to make sure to have the correct capitalization. Now, you will know that our tower object does have a few scripts on it. You know, it has the basic tower and the barrel rotation script. What we need to do is we need to get rid of both of those scripts. So we're going to search for components inside this dummy placement object so that we don't have those, and the tower won't, you know, be a tower when we just want to have it be as a display. So how we're going to do that is we're going to just do if dummy placement dot get component in children. Actually, no, dummy placement dot get component tower. I have caps lock on. Yes, I do. Is not equal to null. Destroy dummy placement dot get component, and then we just need to do tower, and then if dummy placement dot get component tower rotation, sorry, barrel rotation equal to null, then destroy the dummy placement barrel rotation. There we go. So we're just going to debug in this and just put start building here. Go back into Unity. Start, and let's see what. Oh, we never set. Yep, the basic tower object has never been assigned. So what we need to do is we go into Placement Manager, go into here, drag our game object in. Make sure also set the mask to everything, so that we will collide with everything. And there you can see we have our dummy placement object right there. And make sure not to do that in a loop, because we're just going to start the building process all over again each time the update function runs, which means you're going to just get infinitely many basic towers. So what we're going to do is, instead of doing that, we're going to do public void start, and that will work beautifully. You only get one tower. As you can see, that one tower is non-existent because we need to run the function start building. Sorry guys for this long video. I've not programmed in Unity for a while. Go into here. There you go. We have our tower right there. So what we need to do is in our public void update, we need to get rid of this debug.log, and we're just going to check if is building is equal to true. If it is equal to true, we're going to do if dummy placement is not equal to null, then dummy placement dot transform dot position will equal. Actually, no, we're not going to do that yet. We're going to just get the current hover tile. Get current hover tile. And then right after this, we're going to do dummy placement dot transform dot position equals hover tile dot transform dot position. This will just update the tower. There you go. Now its position is snapping to the grid. That is wonderful, and you can see you can never place on a path tile. It will just not update the position if you are on a path tile, and that is wonderful. That works just great. We are getting an error. Object reference not set to an instance of an object. That is for the time we're on a path tile. So what I'm just going to do here is add a check if hover tile is not equal to null. Here we go. Put that in there like so, just so we don't get an error, and it can probably mess up some other scripts or something like that. Now it will not throw an error, and it works just fine. Now we still need to be able to place this object. Let me just get rid of that basic tower. We still need to be able to place these objects. That will be almost as easy as what we've done so far. We just need to add a new function. Sorry for the scrolling. Put it under the void get current hover tile and the public void start building. We're just going to add public void place building. Now what we need to do is we need to check for a tower, and how we will do this is public bool check for tower. And all we're going to do is we need to just return false for now, just so we don't get an error. What we need to do is we need to go into our basic tower. We need to add a box collider 2D. Box collider 2D. Set it as a trigger. And then what we need to do is put it on its own separate layer. So we're just going to name this collision layer tower. I'm going to name another layer dummy placement. So in this tower, we will set the prefab to be tower. Yes, change children. So now all the layers for this will be tower, which is what we want. And then what we're going to do is inside our script, we're going to change the layer of all the components of the tower to be of sorry for the voice cracks, of dummies. So if we open this up, we see that we just have pivot and barrel. All right, so change of plans. Instead of setting the basic tower prefab to be the tower, we want to set the layer to be dummy placement. And then what we can do is when we check for the tower, we will check if it's a dummy placement, and then when we place building, we will change it from dummy to be a actual tower, and that will let us just detect if there's a placed tower in a slot very easily and quickly. So what we can do is place building. We need to check for tower, which can be done by simply basically doing the same thing as get current hover tile. Going to do vector2 mouse position equals get mouse position, and then raycast hit 2D equals hit physics 2D dot raycast mouse position new vector2 0,0 f. We're going to make another layer mask, name public layer mask tower mask, like so, -100 100, and then we're just gonna shut this thing up by saying bool tower in the way, tower on slot equals false. Oops, tower on slot. And then what we're going to do is just so if it detects a collision, so if hit.collider is not equal to null, tower on slot equals true, and then else you don't need to do anything because it's already set to false. So we need to go back into Unity and go into our placement manager and make sure to set this tower mask to be tower. And then what we can do is inside our script, we can go into our place building, and then we will just check if hover tile is not equal to null. Whoops. What the hell? And if check for tower is equal to false, check for tower is equal to false, then what we can do is create a new tower object, and that's going to be game object, new tower object equals instantiate basic tower object, basic tower object, new tower object dot transform dot layer. Sorry, we need to just do it by here. Equals tower mask, and then new tower object dot what's this gonna be? New tower object dot transform dot position. That took way too long to get to my brain. Equals hover tile dot position dot transform dot position. And that should be good. For now, we can just do stop building. That's what we... Oh, end building. Sorry, it was end building. And in our end building function, we're just going to do if dummy placement is not equal to null, dummy placement, or sorry, destroy dummy placement. And that should be good. So we should be able to open up our game, hover over a tile, click. Oh, we need to actually fire the build function. So what we're going to do is if is building is equal to true, we're going to detect a mouse position or a input. So if input dot get button down, get button down, just going to do fire 1, going to place building. Oops. And there we go. Alright, so instead of doing this equals tower mask, we're going to do layer mask dot name to layer. Whoops, dot name to layer, and then we just want to make sure to type in tower exactly how the layer is named. And there we go. We placed our tower down, and our layer has been changed. So that wraps it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry for the hiatus videos, but I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully this was helpful. More videos to come in the future. In the next episode, we're going to be doing the money system and buying the tower system. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.